I'm Nick. Welcome to Get Out and Wrench. Today, we're continuing to work on the 91 Camaro. I'm going to be block sanding and painting the fenders. So I got both fenders, and then the bumpers are over there, or the bumper and the lip spoiler are over there. I'm going to be doing that. I have my bucket of water, and I got my sandpaper. I'm going to start with 600. Normally I'd like to start with 400, but I don't have any 400 left, so I'm going to start with 600. I'm going to do 800 and 1000. Normally, if you're doing like a base coat, clear coat, you'd stop with like 600 or 800, and then after you do base coat, clear coat, then you do your cut and buff. But because my top coat is going right on top of this, I'm going to go to 1000, and it should look smoother. But yeah, basically I'm just going to block sand this. I'll show you the process of block sanding the fender, and I'll do everything and get it painted real quick, and we should be ready to go. So first, just throw your sandpaper in your bucket. So all your sandpaper, just throw it in your bucket of water. Let it soak, because that'll ensure that your sandpaper is nice and wet. And then I like to have a rag. I forgot to grab a rag. I'm going to do that real quick. All right, so I like to have a rag, and I'll dip it in the bucket and get it all wet. And that way you can wipe your fender down, get it wet. You could use a spray bottle, whatever you want. Just squeeze it on there, get it nice and wet. Get some bird droppings on there, but that's fine. They'll sand out. All right, now that my fender's wet, I'll take my 600 grit sandpaper, my sanding block. I like these Durablock. There's other brands, but this is what I have. And then let's start here. Let's start right on the bird poop. That's fine. I like to go in an X pattern. Give you your best results. If I was doing a real paint job, I would be taking more care and making sure that this came out perfect, but we're just doing it quick just to make this thing look nice. I have other sanding blocks too that I might have to go grab. So we're working over here now. We're going to do the body seam sealer on this part here. Cover up these welds and fill in that, and then I'll put some up here too. I'll put some seam sealer up here because there's a little bit of, you know, corrosion that's gone through there. So we'll do that. I got my AC Delco body seam sealer. AC Delco body seam sealer. There's a part number. It's 102013 1237850. I don't know. I just looked up body seam sealer on Amazon and this is what came up. And I figured AC Delco was good because, you know, it's a GM car, so put GM stuff on it. I already cut it, punctured the hole about 5 minutes ago, so I'm just gonna do that. There you go. And just goop it on there, nice. I forgot to use my prep spray, but this is pretty clean. Anyway, because I just painted it. I'll put some in there. Put a little bit right there. Alright. That should be it. Alright, and then it says you can spread it with a tool. Might do that just to flatten it out a little bit. Okay, so it looks a little nicer, but you don't have to. Probably should have grabbed a rag. I mean, they don't do this from the factory, so they put the body seam sealer on from the factory, but I don't think they smooth it out like that. Just want to make sure that it's going to do its job and seal your seams. And that's it. It's got to look somewhat factory-ish. And once that dries, I'll go back over with some paint, and you'll never even know. We'll know, but you know. So I got that body seam sealer on there. You know, it's smoothish. It doesn't need to be perfect. It's about what it looked like from the factory anyway. I'll show you on the other side. This is what the factory seam sealer looks like. So, you know, mine doesn't look much different than that, so that's good. So that's going to do it for this episode of Get Out and Wrench. We got our fenders painted. We got our body seam sealer on. I'm going to do a coat of just the same paint that I put on here over the body seam sealer when it dries. And then we can start putting our radiator in and fenders on and start getting the front end put back together. So I'm really excited about that. I've been waiting to drive this car for over a year and a half, and it's getting real close. I can feel it. So that's it's where we're at right now. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Comment below. Let me know what you think about this project. If you like it, if you don't like it. If you have any tips or pointers, put those in the comments as well. We have some other things that are going to get done to this car after I get it back on the road. But I'll talk about those when I get to them. It's nothing crazy yet. In the meantime, I'm Nick. Get out and wrench.